The New York Football Jets have hired Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator per a source.
I just saw that report from Tom
Femi?
Pelissero.
You go first. You go first.
I mean,
you go first.
Is this another coup to lure Aaron Rodgers? Because we know that Hackett, and everyone's making the connections of Hackett got the job in Denver.
I like where your head went on that. Yeah. I like where you went on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because everyone says Hackett got the job in Denver because Denver wanted to lure Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay. Rodgers signs back with Green Bay. Then Hackett's like, well, we have Hackett, I guess. Or that's what Denver said. Now you see the New York Jets, who people are starting to be kicking around some things that would Rodgers want to go to the Meadowlands? Well, maybe you bring his buddy, who Rodgers speaks highly of, in Nathaniel Hackett, to go ahead and be the OC. That's where my brain immediately goes because it's not anything he does schematically that's going to wow me.
Right, he's a day one West Coast offensive coach. I've said it all along, right? I've said it all along. And so, I mean, I think that's the case. And look, if that's going to, obviously Robert saw something in that Denver offense that he liked. I think your point's well taken. Look, let's face it. I mean, as the play caller and the head coach, maybe the job was too big for Nathaniel. When he was in Jacksonville, he had that one season with Blake Bortles where they were really good, but midway through the next season, he got fired. So, and then he went to Green Bay, and we know, according to Big Daddy, that LaFuck runs everything up there. So, I mean, I don't know. I think this is going to be, 1 + 1 is going to equal 2. And the Jets seem to be advertising that they'll trade as many draft picks as they can to get the guy.
Well, we know that they're probably going to move on from Zach Wilson, the guy they selected with the number 2 overall pick.
They say they're not. They say they're not. I mean,
they can say whatever they want to say.
If you bring Rodgers in, right? You have him let Rodgers teach him for a year. Maybe Rodgers. I don't know. I don't know.
Rodgers and Wilson are close. I mean, it sounds like Rodgers has kind of been a mentor for Zach Wilson. Now, I don't know how that's going to hold up if Rodgers joins the team and see that. But, hey, Joe Namath said that Rodgers can unretire the number 12 there for the New York Jets if he wants to come on down and wear gang green. We'll see if that happens. But Hackett going to the Jets to be their offensive coordinator, per sources, that according to Tom Pelissero over at the NFL Network. But the Jets aren't the only AFC East team that has a new OC.
I think the bigger hire is going to be there at the – I think the bigger hire at the Jets is going to be who do they hire for their OC offensive line job. See, we all get caught up in the who's the coordinator, right?
Yep.
Well, look, Kyle has the let's go through the final 4 teams, right? Every one of these final 4 teams have really good offensive and defensive line coaches. I mean, Frank Pollock's done a wonderful job with Cincinnati when some of these backups are playing. So, I think that, and look, Philly's line coach, you can't, I mean, there's no way you can get him. He won't ever get out. He's been there through the administrations, and he's going to stay.
Yeah, Jeff Stoutland, I believe, is the.
And then, Stoutland, his name is, right? And then, the line coach, Chris Forrester, I mean, he's always been the Shanahan's line coach. I mean, and he went through that personal problem down in Miami, and they brought him out there as a consultant. They let John Benton go back with Salai, so they could make Forrester the line coach. So that's there, and so I think when you break down these teams, that's the key. And so who's going to be the line coach? Because that's what the Jets need, is to get that offensive line to play at a higher level. They need the quarterback to play at a higher level, but they need that other one too.
Well, ESPN's Adam Schefter just reported that it'll be former Titans offensive line coach Keith Carter who will be the Jets O-line coach and run game coordinator, per sources. Does that name do anything for you?
Well, there you go. So you're going to take the outside zone. That's what they want to run, and that's what Nathaniel wanted to run in Denver. You take the outside zone, which they run in Tennessee. You take the run game off of his plate, and now he just throws runs. So it's a West Coast offense with outside zone. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get some element of the West Coast. So there you go.
If they don't get Rodgers, do you think that this still works here for the New York Jets with Hackett? Like, are
no,
you?
I mean, no.
That was quick.
No, I mean, look. Nathaniel did a wonderful job with Blake Bortles, but I'm not. That's going to be hard with this guy. And all the conversation about does he work hard, does he not work hard? I don't know if he misses meetings or not. I think evaluate the performance on the field.
Yeah.
Does he play smart? Does he look like he's studied the team? Does he look detailed? No. like at some point, if you're prepared, you understand the game. So don't tell me, he works hard when you watch the tape and he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, just from a fundamental standpoint, everything just looks so sloppy. Like the footwork is atrocious, and it's just nothing ever looks the same down in and down out, which tells you that he's not really paying attention to the details there. So we wish Zach all the best of luck out there in the Meadowlands, but maybe they get the 4-time MVP Aaron Rodgers and they can reunite with his buddy Nathaniel Hackett there. I'm sure they'll be excited about that because that's a team. If you give them a quarterback, they got some good skill position guys to throw to. So maybe the Jets can get off the ground.
They
and
did
running.
in Denver too. They had good skill guys in Denver too.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, look, Denver's offense was every bit as talented as this Jet offense, but they couldn't score because they got to get the quarterback.
Yeah, well, maybe Rodgers. Hopefully, he's got a little juice left in the tank there. He played all right this past season, I would say. Thanks for watching the GM Shuffle with Michael Lombardi. And for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to VSiN Live and the GM Shuffle podcast with Michael Lombardi, presented by DraftKings and VSiN, wherever you get your podcasts.